Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show!
With the Mario Brothers and plumbing's our game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If your sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers. Hooked on the brothers. Yo, you're in for a treat, so hang on to your seat. Get ready for adventure and remarkable feats. You'll meet Koopas and Troopers, the princess and the others. Hanging with the plumbers, you'll be hooked on the brothers. To the bridge.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Pixels in the Animation. I am one of your hosts, Steve Joe Mike, and joining me as always is TV's Mr. Neil.
Pasta power.
No. No. Oh man. Alright, so this week we have some episodes that we're going to be talking about. Some are bad, some are okay, and I just don't know. I don't know if it was the fact that by the time I watched all these episodes in one sitting over the last 3 weeks of podcasts that I was just too damn tired, but I'm looking through my notes and stuff for the... God. The episodes today, ladies and gentlemen, they're not as bad as bad. They're not like the worst as in bad rap, but they're not good either.
No.
I don't know. So let's jump right into it as we head on a quest for pizza. Obese kids everywhere rejoice, it's food. Yes, I can say that and get away with it. I'm 6'1" and over 400 pounds, so it's not like I'm, 5'9" and 150. Thank you very much.
Plumber's log number 109. We had arrived in caveman land searching for Mugga, the medicine woman, who we hoped could help us set the Mushroom Kingdom free. But King Koopa showed up first and was causing dinosaur-sized trouble.
Mousasaurus Rex, the ugliest, slimiest, rottenest...
As I said before, first up is the quest for pizza. The live-action segment was The Painting.
Yes.
Ryan and Luigi find a lost painting.
What a dumb episode. Yeah, they find a lost painting. They decide to have it appraised, and then Mario says, "We should find out how much it's worth too." But and at first, what was it? They thought it was like the painting of like Leonardo da Vinci's teacher or something, and then it turned out to be like something else, and I don't know. It was kind of a dumb episode. Basically, at the end of the episode, they established that the painting is worth nothing. It's worth even less than the Super Mario Duck Hunt card.
Wow. See, that's the thing. It's like, one of these days you're gonna have to explain your hatred for Duck Hunt, because I love Duck Hunt.
No, this is not a hatred for Duck Hunt. This is because there are so many physical cartridges of that particular combo pack. Yeah. That they're virtually worth nothing. Like, I know people who just buy them up and like make furniture out of them, because we're never gonna run out. It's like it'll eternally be worth 5 cents.
Alright, so when Mario gets bitten by a venomous snake in Caveman Land, Luigi, Princess Toadstool, and Toad learn that the only way to save him is to feed him a pizza.
This is an homage to a movie called Quest for Fire.
Yeah. Which they must make the pizza from scratch, and the featured song is Alley Oop, the Hollywood Argyles. I will say that I do like that Luigi goes through all these foods that Mario likes, and he's like, pizza? I didn't bring any pizza. Like, seriously? You brought everything under the sun that you know your brother likes, but you didn't bring I get it's a plot point because they have to make it from scratch and all that, but it's like, really?
I like how he had all this food in his backpack, and it was all like already served on a plate. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Overall, the plot's alright. I think it's kind of stupid and lame and how are these ancient tribes going to know this guy is in green and blue overalls and this guy is passed out on the floor in red and blue over? Seriously? Like, I get plot. They have to have it to further along the ik-ak-ook woman that can't speak Aki is. It's like going down the street and hearing people speak in Spanish, Russian, Swahili, whatever the hell.
Yeah, it was like
any language. You know.
It was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it was kind of like the Witch Doctor song from Alvin and the Chipmunks, the way everyone talked in this episode. And there was a running gag where Peach would be like, "What did he say about waffles and syrup?"
I know, yeah.
It's like through some weird pareidolia, she kept hearing like alternate words that I don't know.
And again, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're 10 episodes into this podcast. We have 5 episodes left of Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Thank God.
The end is in sight.
Yes, the end is in sight, but over the past 10 episodes, I want, if we have any listeners at all, I want somebody to go back and I want you all to pick out every single time I've mentioned the fact that I hate that they consistently mention food is the cure for everything that ails you.
And did you notice at the end of the episode that after they cure Mario, he just takes the entire pizza and shoves it in his mouth in one gulp?
Yeah, even I can't do that.
I was like, damn. It's hilarious, though.
It was funny, but it's like, really? It must have been one of those mini pizzas, even though it doesn't look like it, but it really must have been.
One of those Totino's little pizzas.
Yeah, one of those pizza rolls or something. Maybe, maybe because it did look like it got a little wet from the water after it was semi-cooked. Maybe it shrank.
Maybe
there was shrinkage. There was no shrinkage. She didn't see anything. Sorry.
It was cold in the pool.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if you were going to get it.
I got it. I know Seinfeld.
I love that show. Anyways, let's head to the fire flowers if there are any.
Third door on your left.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I thought this was the baby's room. I'm really sorry.
Did she do it on purpose? It was my fault. I told her the wrong door.
I was supposed to see her. She wasn't supposed to see me.
So what?
Well, ordinarily, I wouldn't mind. But
what?
Well, I just got back from swimming in the pool. And the water was cold.
You mean shrinkage?
Yes! Significant shrinkage.
Look, it's Mario.
He doesn't look any better in the picture either.
Forget the stupid pictures. What about the real Mario? Pepperoni cheesecake, meatball sandwiches, garlic ravioli, and prosciutto spaghetti. Wake up, Mario! Please, wake up!
Mario's worse off than I thought.
Pizza.
Did she say pizza?
Mima. Luigi, it's you.
She wants you to get a pizza. pizza for Mario.
That'll make him well, but I didn't bring any pizza.
So, Neil, anything good about this one?
Well, there were a couple running gags in the cartoon. Aside from the one I mentioned earlier with Peach, there was also one where Mouser-saurus kept hurting his foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. And there was one other thing I'll just count as a glitch. In fact, I'll just call this glitches in the animation from now on. It's the fire flower design. The character, the little caveman character, draws a fire flower on the wall, but it's not the fire flower from Super Mario 1 or 3. It's the one from Super Mario World. I'm like, that's kind of funny. It's like, how did that even happen?
Mm-hmm.
But it's there, and then you even see it in like a later establishing shot. It's like the wrong design for the fire flower, which I'm putting this in the good category, but I'm counting it as good just because it's kind of a weird continuity with the games.
Yeah. For me, I don't know. I didn't write anything down. I don't know if it was this episode or last week's episode when I smacked my hand to my head basically a facepalm, because I kept facepalming this entire episode. Like between the horrible language barrier, between the lame ass plot of Mario and Luigi being painted on a wall that was supposedly from long. Let's just get straight to Goombas, because holy crap, this episode. Ugh. Stomping on some Goombas. Why the hell did the princess's voice come out of Luigi?
That's my biggest note here, is that wrong voice out of the wrong character's mouth. And it happened more than once.
I know. Not with a PH, but what a fat cow. Oh, crap. Mouser-saurus Rex is one of the worst ideas they've ever had.
Yeah, that was just kind of random. It's like, okay, we don't have to hear Mouser talk, but why?
Well, we hear him talk at the end. He tries to.
Yeah, it was definitely the same actor.
Oh, it was, but it's like not like the last time, like when he's at his last straw for people stomping or having shit land on his foot, he does try to talk in the German accent. I don't know. Just generally overall, just a boring episode for me. Again, like you're saying, if you're watching the DVDs, this is one skip.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I thought this was going to be something a little cooler than Mario's been bitten by a poisonous something or other. We need pizza to save him.
Yeah, just for the record, he was bitten by a cobra.
Oh.
Yeah.
What level is that from?
That's from, I believe, level 2 and level 6 of Super Mario 2.
Oh, yeah, the ones that pop out of the... Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. Alright, we are going to move on.
They said it's gold. Did you hear that, everybody? Gold!
Whoa! Looks like you folks done started a genuine gold coin rush.
Well, what do you know? There's gold in Lonesome Mushroom. And where there's gold, there's Claim Jump Koopa.
Up next is the Great Gold Coin Rush. For the live action segment, I thought that was funny that Luigi's a TV game show host.
Yes.
I thought Jim Lang, game show host Jim Lang, stops by for the live action. I thought that was kind of cool. For the Great Gold Coin Rush, when Mario's group accidentally discovers a cave full of gold coins, Koopa finds out and forces the local villagers and Toad to mine them all for himself. The featured song? Oh my god. Money. That's what I want.
I noticed these songs are becoming just a little more random as the show goes on.
Oh, just you. Well, it's not getting. It won't be getting too random next episode that we have, but yeah, a little bit. For me in this one, I felt like I was playing Oregon Trail in 1991 again. Like the first half of the episode, the first, I don't know, 3 or 4, not even 5 minutes of the episode, when they're walking down the wagon trail. It's like, really? It's like, Mario, do you want to use this to cross the river now? I swear, I felt like I was playing Oregon Trail watching this episode.
Mario has dysentery.
You have 7 additional weeks of winter. The river is too frozen over. You will fall in the ice if you don't use a bullet. Whatever the hell. I don't know. Yeah. Your entire party has dysentery. Toad is really a fungus that killed everybody.
Oh.
Crap. What did you think of the plot of this one?
You know what? I just watched this today, and I still had to go back to find the synopsis, because I swear, isn't this like the 3rd or 4th cowboy episode that they've had thus far?
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, even counting the Mark of Zorro / El Mariachi episode that was from 2 podcasts ago. I mean, I'm sensing that someone on the staff had a real thing for the Old West.
Yeah, probably. Doesn't surprise me at all.
This one I just kind of forgot about it. I'm like, oh yeah, there was that episode.
See, for me, watching these, I've learned to, because the order on the DVD sets is completely different than what the air date order is, which we in the show are going by the air date order. So like the Koopas are, like, from last week. The Koopas are coming. And, you know, basically what I had to do was I would open up 3 different scripts for 3 different podcast episodes, and I would watch each episode that was on that disc that corresponded to that said episode. I didn't exactly watch them 1, 2, 3 in the order that we review them in. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not consistently switching back and forth DVDs. If my computer had a 6-disc changer, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But it's like, wow, it just, I don't know, it's strange. So yeah, that's the Great Gold Coin Rush. I guess we'll jump into Fire Flowers after this.
Now get this thing off!
So finding some Fire Flowers for the Great Gold Coin Rush. I already mentioned the Oregon Trail thing. I found that there was a lot of high octane adventure and action in this. Like, it was nonstop. It's kind of like you mentioned, I think it was last week, with the story of the story of Trojan Koopa. Mm-hmm. Point A, point B, point C, end. You know, start to finish. This here has action from beginning to end. I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was one of the better episodes. Even though I made a joke about how I was getting it confused with other episodes, even after having watched it like literally an hour ago. But it had a lot of good action in it. It wasn't a very memorable episode, I'm sorry to say, so I don't have a lot to say on it. But yeah, it was one of the better ones.
Yeah, and I really don't have anything like too negative to say about that. Like, there isn't anything here that, oh my God, all the Oregon Trail members that died of dysentery are rolling over in their graves because they're you know what I mean? There's nothing like that here for me at all. And the same thing for the Goombas, which we'll probably skip this time, is all as I wrote down was they're really pulling out the stops for everything in this series at this point. I mean, they've covered, you know, magic. They've covered every trope you can think of. Everything that's already been done before, they've already done it here. And this is kind of like, hey, let's try to do this now, since it hasn't been something we've ripped off yet. So we are going to move into the next episode.
Plumber's Log, number 1950. We've warped into sock hop land in search of the music king himself, Elvin Parsley.
And I'm sure that they'll have all the money they need while Sandra goes to law school. Honey, this is gonna work out.
Mom?
Yes.
I'm not going to law school.
What?
I decided not to go to law school.
What do you mean you decided not to go to law school?
Well, this is our dream, and so I'm going to get a temporary job until the wilderness store opens, and then I'll be working side by side with my husband.
Sandra, what are you saying? You have always wanted to go to law school. You've never talked about anything else.
I changed my mind.
Change it back. After all the money we spent sending you to Princeton? Sandra, you owe us $79,648.22, and I want my money now. I'm not going anywhere till I get my money. I'll take whatever she's got. Empty her pocket.
Up next, apparently, Elvin Lives. Well, of course Elvin lives. He's married to Sandra. Oh, come on. Elvin's a little geeky, but aren't we all? All right, so for the live action segment, home radio. Basically, Mario and Luigi win a radio contest, and they're going to have the radio station at the apartment. I think that's damn cool. I thought that was great to have a radio remote type of thing. Because I've always been one of those people that any city I've lived in, whether it's growing up in Massachusetts or living here in Kentucky, or even when I was living in Mississippi for a couple of years or about 6 months or so, I've always gotten in good with every radio station that I like with their morning show DJs. This is one of the reasons why I became a podcaster, is I always wanted to be on radio. Yeah, I get it. Radio doesn't pay for shit, but I didn't care. I wanted to be that guy in the booth, talking to people, having an audience. And of course, nowadays with podcasting, anybody can do.
Yeah, that's technically kind of what I was thinking about. I'm like, if this was like modern, Mario and Luigi would be like thinking about starting a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. The question is, which one would Ben be?
And did we mention who the guest was yet? It was Gary Owens.
Gary Owens, that's right.
I like the sound of my voice.
I know. Oh, man. Oh. Good old, the original voice of Inspector Gadget before Don Adams took over.
Yeah. But he was also Blue Falcon and Birdman and Outer Toast Man. So.
Harvey Birdman. Now, there was, and I know I'm going off on a tangent, ladies and gentlemen, but you're just going to have to deal with it. There was a Birdman series before Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, correct?
Yeah, and that's the one with Gary Owens.
Yeah. I don't like the Attorney at Law one.
Yeah, that's not him.
Yeah, no. But no, Gary Owens, you can so tell that guy is from radio.
Yeah.
He has that big booming radio voice.
Yeah, he's really the last guy of like the old school of voiceover artists that really came from radio. So he's got kind of the Jack Benny style to him, what Mel Blanc had and all those other guys. So he's really been around. He's been in like all mediums, and he's been in radio, he's been on TV, he's been like an announcer. He's the voice you hear at the beginning of Garfield and Friends.
Yes. Oh, that just gave me another idea for them. Yeah. Yes, but Gary Owens, very, very awesome. And for the cartoon Elvin Lives, can anybody really guess what this is? Really? Come on. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you're so excited, Neil. While trying to find the missing Elvin Parsley. Oh, God. Seriously, people? Koopa kidnaps Princess Toadstool and forces her to be his girlfriend. The featured song, this is not at all unpredictable for this show, Rock Around the Clock.
Okay.
Elvin Lives.
I would rather have watched Fletch Lives.
Yeah, I like Fletch Lives. The only thing for Fire Flowers that I have down is I thought the animation was good, but other than that, it's all bad. So let's go ahead and stomp on some Goombas.
Oh, I see. If I put you on Elvin's feet, the king will live again.
Fat chance, Chicky Poo. Elvin's not going anywhere. And neither are you, dig?
So stomping on some Goombas, the king is rolling over in his grave, over and over and over. Elvin Parsley, really? They couldn't have come up with something more clever? Hell, a pup named Scooby-Doo had a better Elvis name than this. I don't remember what that was off the top of my head, but talking blue suede shoes, really? Yeah. Talking shoes, Neil. Talking shoes.
I don't know. That totally threw me. And they finished each other's sentences like the Cobra Twins.
Yeah. I just don't know. This episode isn't as bad as the worst episode of the series, but again, it comes down to there are just no words. There really aren't. So we are going to move on to the final episode of the day after this.
Coming to Grand Rapids, Michigan on September 21st and 22nd is GrandCon Gaming and Comics Convention, presented by Celebration Cinemas. Join us in playing or chatting it up with fellow enthusiasts in a community that understands your passions. Get lost in the adventure of your favorite role-playing game. Admire costumes and art from vendors and attendees. Meet the creators behind your favorite mainstream and independent games and comic books. Check out unpublished games and sneak peek at things to come. You can get all this and more at GrandCon. For more information, please visit www.grand-con.com.
Wait, hang on a minute, you pulling faucet head. Wait up, hang on.
Plumber's log number 218. We were up to our mustaches in pickled soup, but things were about to get worse.
And now for something we forgot in the Elvin Lives episode review. Why did Elvin Parsley sound like James Brown? What the hell is a Brown? Why did he sound like James Brown? That was a little strange.
I don't know. And another thing I forgot to bring up is this really weird glitch in the cartoon where they see him in the room where he's being kept, and they're like, "Oh my God, Elvin has been turned to stone," and you look at him and he's clearly frozen. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, somebody did a script change at some point. Never bothered to fix it.
Yep, that's a little ridiculous. All right, so let's go back and rate these episodes for this week. We've got Quest for Pizza. What do you give that one?
I'll give it a 2, I suppose. It was okay.
I give it a 1. The bad animation lines several times. Mousesaurus Rex, that was like, it would have been fine if they just had Mouser's face and had someone like bring Frank Walgren to do a Tyrannosaurus Rex sound, but having him try to talk as Mouser at the end, that was just so I'll give it a 1. Great gold coin rush. What do you give that?
I'll give that a 2 as well. It didn't really do anything for me. I think I'm just burned out on Mario in the Old West.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's like, wow, enough with this already. Elvin Lives. What do we give that?
I'll give that a 1. I don't understand why this exists.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And I just realized we screwed up.
I was going to ask, are we going to do Plumbers Academy?
Son of a bitch. Let's just do it now.
Okay.
I completely forgot. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about almost 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when we're recording this episode, so I completely forgot about Plumbers Academy, so this is all my fault. Glass Nuts. Live action segment. A police officer tells Mario and Luigi that the president of the U.S. is meeting with the head of Russia. Ironically, the day the episode aired was also the day the Berlin Wall fell. The featured song is Workin' for a Livin' by Huey Lewis and the News. I think I have the Huey Lewis Garth Brooks cover of that somewhere. I might have to put that in the episode. Mario retells the story of how he and Luigi became plumbers back in Brooklyn. I know they don't do this and they haven't done this, but I would have almost wanted the episode to go back to live action to tell the story.
That would have been
weird. I know it would have been weird, and I know it would have cost a hell of a lot more money, but yeah, this is a flashback episode. I don't really have anything negative to say about it. The only thing that I thought was really interesting and positive is, even before Super Mario Land was ever out, Wario appears in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
The picture will be in the post. What did you like about Plumbers Academy? Anything?
Well, it was kind of funny that they basically did an episode that wasn't Super Mario Brothers. It was just Mario Brothers. This is them in a drain pipe, unclogging clogs. If they could have just for fun's sake thrown in some of the enemies from the Mario Brothers arcade game.
Oh yeah.
And there was a piece of continuity in here that I was surprised that they did. They see the statue of Salvador Drenado, who is the same character from Brooklyn Bound. Remember the character that was trapped in the Mushroom Kingdom and he found the way back to Brooklyn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I had to make sure. I'm like, oh, I bet that's not the same character. It is!
That's awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Plumbers Academy, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought, I actually had to do a double take on the list of plumbers, and as soon as I saw purple and yellow, I'm like, Wario? Really? Yeah.
Although he doesn't look demented like Wario, but it's definitely...
No, but it's a fat plumber, fatter than Mario type that has yellow and purple overalls.
Definitely the Wario color scheme.
Yes. No, he doesn't look at all hey, oh God. Now I'm thinking Wario is Sinestro. He was good, then he turned evil.
He kind of, he's fat, but he does kind of look like Sinestro. The face, anyway.
Yeah. All right, Plumbers Academy. What do you give it?
I'll give it a 4, just because it was a better episode. It was a break from the norm. It wasn't just Mario in a fairy tale or whatever else they could pull. It was an actual story, and the connection was that we left out the whole beginning part is where Koopa gets Mario's plumber's helper stuck on his nose, and which results in the funniest line I think in the entire run. He goes, "When you've hurt Koopa's nose, you've really blown it." I'm like, oh God. But it's a flashback, and the driving force here is that this plunger was something that he had gotten from the president, and I noticed that they were trying to be vague about who the president was because I think this was animated during the election at the time. So it could have been, oh God, I don't even remember who Bush was running against anymore.
Oh God, was it Clinton?
No, it wasn't Clinton. It was.
Oh, it was Bush, Perot, and Dukakis.
Oh yeah, it could have. Yeah, it was kind of like half Dukakis, half Bush, but you really didn't get a good look at him. So.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Again, sorry for screwing everything up in this episode, but
Fired.
But no, it's late. So you want to pimp out your websites there?
Okay, my webcomic website, Decian.com, and if you don't know how to spell that, then just go to nosuperpants.com. It's the same website. You can also go to my other podcast, which is animationaficionados.com, where Ben and I talk about old cartoons, and after the show, we usually bullshit for like 20 to 30 minutes about random shit. So it's random topics plus topics about cartoons. So it's just fun all around.
When's the 5th or 6th Spider-Man episode gonna happen?
Well, right now we're stuck on bitching about the new Superman movie, so it's probably going to be a while before we get back to Spider-Man.
Oh God, I don't even. All right. Thank you for joining us here on Pixels and Animation. There are so ways to get in contact with us. Leave feedback for the show. Visit the website geekcastradio.com. You can comment on each and every one of our episode posts. Join the forums and join in on the discussion at forums.geekcastradio.com. Email us feedback@geekcastradio.com. Are you sensing a theme here? Leave the show's feedback in iTunes. Please do this. Follow us on Twitter at GeekCastRadio is the network Twitter. Mine is TFG and Mike. What is your Twitter?
Neil Sama.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/GeekCastRadio Network. You can also search out Neil's Classic Gaming, where Neil talks about all kinds of classic games and stuff like that, seeing as how the classics are where it's at and modern gaming sucks. Well, Xbox and the whole 180 thing. You can also search out facebook.com/animated. Christ, now you've got me doing it. Animation aficionados. Facebook.com/animation aficionados. Call the voicemail line. Tell us what show you're living. The message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Pixels Animation. Wish you'll join us next time when we will be reviewing 3 more episodes from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Those being Karate Koopa, Mario of the Apes. Oh no. And Princess, I Shrunk the Mario Brothers.
Oh boy.
For now, I am TFG and Mike with
TV's Mr. Neil.
Tune in next week and help us find the pixels in the animation. We will catch you then.
That'll teach those tap turkeys. Now, get this thing off.
With pleasure, your reptilian rottenness.
Ouch! I meant the plunger, rodent, not my nose.
Do the Mario! Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step, and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario. Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step, and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that.